Holly and Ivy Storytime. The winter is here, the night of the year, but in these dark times we still find some good cheer. For the stars that shine in the heavens above now shine on the earth below, in the trees that shine joy and happiness, and remind us it's not long to go, till we feel once more that welcome warmth of our own star, the sun. So, in dark times, keep your eyes, keep your mind to the golden, glowing horizon. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the golden glowing horizon, sweet birds singing in the air. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the golden glowing horizon, sweet birds singing in the air. The holly bears a berry and a blood red is its hue, and when the sun is newly born it maketh all things new. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the golden glowing horizon, sweet birds singing in the air. The holly bears a leaf that is forever green, and when the sun is newly born, let joy and peace be seen. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the golden glowing horizon, sweet birds singing in the air. The holly and the ivy, the mistletoe entwine, and when the sun is newly born, be joy to thee and thine. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the golden glowing horizon, sweet birds singing in the air. Once upon a time. Once upon a time there were two friends, Holly, hello, and Ivy, hello. Now Holly and Ivy were great friends. They shared everything. They shared picnics and secrets. They shared tears and laughter. They shared songs and stories, and they shared great adventures. For there was nothing Holly and Ivy loved more than to wander through the wild, wondrous woodlands, to be with the trees who gave them their names, to be with the trees who gave them so much more, for our food, our medicine, our homes, our books, our instruments, even our songs and stories, so many of them come from the trees. And Holly and Ivy would wander through the woods in the springtime, when birdsong sweetened the air. They wandered through the woods in the summer, when the leafy canopy gave welcome shade from the scorching sun. They wandered through the woods in the autumn, when the world was transformed to a fiery copper and bronze and gold. But along came winter, and they were not sure if they could play in the woods anymore, for they looked out their window and saw on the land and on the trees a blanket of icy, quiet white, for it had snowed in the night. Ivy shivered. Oh, it looks too cold to play. But Holly reassured. The snow is fine. The snow is fun. You just have to have the right things on. So, let's get wrapped up and ready to go. And then we can say, let it snow. Weather outside is frightful. You don't gotta stay inside. Get wrapped up and ready to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So put on a nice warm hat. The cold can't creep under that. Get wrapped up and ready to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Snuggle up in a scarf so long you can stay and play all day long. Get wrapped up and ready to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So put on your gloves and mittens. By the frost you won't get bitten. Get wrapped up and ready to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. To stay inside. Get wrapped up and ready to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And Holly and Ivy were wrapped up warm and ready to go. They had hats and scarves and mittens, and they had a picnic, for nothing keeps you warm like snacks. What a wonderful picnic it was. There was peanut butter sandwiches and snacky seeds and apples and popcorn. They were ready to go out in the snow. And what fun they had frolicking in the frosty white world. They had snowballs and snowfolks and igloos, and the woodlands resounded with the sound of their laughter. But then there was another sound. A small sound. A sad sound. A sorrowful sound. It was poor Robin out in the snow. The north wind doth blow, and we shall have snow. And what will the robin do then? Poor thing, he'll fluff up his coat and sing his sad note and hide his head under his wing. Poor thing, he'll hide his head under his wing. The north wind doth blow, and we shall have snow. And what will the robin do then? Poor thing, he'll fluff up his coat and sing his sad note and hide his head under his wing. Poor thing, he'll hide his head under his wing. And Holly said, "Oh, poor Robin, friend Robin, what can we do to help you, you hungry bird?" "Well, what can we do to feed the birds in wintertime?"
"Peanut butter, apples, seeds, bird crumbs, apples, popcorn."
And Holly laughed. "Friend Robin, we have all those things here in our picnic." And so Holly and Ivy skipped off to find somewhere to share their picnic with the birds. They were searching for the high up branches of a tree, but most of the trees had let down their leaves and the bare branches did not look inviting. And so they skipped on to the heart of the wood. And there stood a majestic tree, green still, evergreen. The mighty spruce. Branches spread wide and welcoming. This was the place. And so they set to work, sharing their picnic, decorating the tree with deliciousness, with popcorn and snacky seeds and peanut butter sandwiches and apples. They worked hard, and as they worked, they sang. Holly and Ivy and the robin sang a song to feed the birds in wintertime. Feed the birds in wintertime, help them find enough to eat. Peanut butter, seeds and crumbs, let's give the birds a lovely treat. Feed the birds in wintertime, help them find enough to eat. Peanut butter, seeds and crumbs, let's give the birds a lovely treat. Feed the birds in wintertime, help them find enough to eat. Peanut butter, seeds and crumbs, let's give the birds a lovely treat. They sung as they worked, and they worked hard, and soon the tree was decorated with deliciousness. When Robin saw this, his small face shone with happiness. And when Holly and Ivy saw that, their hearts shone with joy. And when we shine with happiness and joy, it lights up the whole world around. And sure enough, all this joy and happiness had lit up, up, up at the top of the tree. A star, shining with joy and happiness. A golden, glowing, welcoming warmth. Just like another star we know and love so well. Our star, the sun. And this golden, glowing, welcoming warmth awoke the other trees in the woods. They sighed and they smiled to remember the sun that brings light and life. And all of the trees of the woods shone. And all of the trees of the woods shared their gifts for the birds. From the oak tree, acorns. From the hawthorn, red berries. From the pine tree, cones. And soon the tree was adorned with deliciousness. With thanks to the trees, the oak, the pine, the hawthorn, and with thanks to the sun, so good. Oak am I, the king of the wood, for hundreds of years in my throne I have stood. safe for the cold winter days, with thanks to the sun so good. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Pine am I in the heights of the wood, breathing deep, my scent strong and good. Cones hiding seeds, go find them and feast, with thanks to the sun so good. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Hawthorn am I in the heart of the wood, I nourish and nurture as well we all should. Berries so red, so all may be fed, with thanks to the sun so good. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Star of wonder, star of light, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. With thanks to the sun so good, with thanks to the gifts of oak, hawthorn and pine, the tree was soon adorned with deliciousness. And robin fluttered into the air and twittered, I shall fly off and find my feathered friends, so we all may enjoy this fabulous, festive forest feast. And the news flew far on fast wings, and soon the birds were arriving. First, a partridge. Second, 2 turtle doves. Third, 3 French hens. And fourth, 4 calling birds. The birds were arriving and welcomed with a song. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. My true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. The birds arrived, 1, 2, 3, 4, more and more and more and more. And finally, back flew Robin, friend Robin, amazed at how many feathered friends there were, amazed at what a party it had become. There was feasting, the trees held the feasting. There was singing, the birds held the singing. There was dancing, Holly and Ivy held the dancing. It was quite some party. They all circled around the festive tree, and soon everyone was feasting and singing and dancing. Soon everyone was rocking around the festive tree. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hall. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone's dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. It was quite some party. The singing and the feasting and the dancing went on all the long dark night, all the way until the sun began to shine in the sky. And the birds said to Holly and Ivy, "Thank you." And Holly and Ivy said to the trees, "Thank you." And the trees said to the sun, "Thank you." And you know the sun was listening, for every day after that long, longest, darkest night, the sun would rise a little earlier in the morning and linger a little later in the evening. You might not notice it yet, it's a small change, a silent, subtle change, but soon you may notice. You may notice the sun returning to us. You may notice the dark days departing. You may notice, so keep your eyes to the golden, glowing horizon. The winter is here, the night of the year, but in these dark times we still find some good cheer, for the stars that shine in the heavens above now shine on the earth below, in the trees that shine joy and happiness and remind us it's not long to go till we feel once more that welcome warmth of our own star, the sun. So in dark times, keep your eyes, keep your mind to the golden, glowing horizon.